Hi guys, good morning. Yeah, I wanted to do another video today, another get ready with me. I've just been enjoying like talking to you guys while doing my makeup. It's really relaxing. I have some spot concealing to do, so I'm gonna do that while I talk to you guys. I just have this whitehead right here. It was, I don't know, like I picked at it because I always pick at them and I know I shouldn't, but I do it anyway. And then yeah, all that madness started to happen. I think honestly that's the only thing I need to spot conceal. I thought I had more I needed to spot conceal, but I guess not. Yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna use for my look today, because I always like to go through what I have and just use what I have already. So, because sometimes I have products that I forget about. If you're a makeup artist, collector, makeup enthusiast like me, you'll understand how I feel. But today, I'm gonna do a lip combo with this lip tint from Peri Para. It's a Korean brand, I believe. It's a really pretty nude. I don't have a lot of nude lip stains, so I'm excited to use that. I'm gonna layer it with Breeze from Wet n Wild. This is like a pale frosty nude. It's almost like gel from MAC, but I think it has a little more of a color to it, a little more warm to nude. And then I'm gonna use this like Mani lip gloss on top. This is like a deepish brown kind of glitter gloss. And then for the eyes, I really want to do color and nudes. I think that's my favorite thing to do, is like spicy neutral. There's a makeup artist on here that did a video about spicy neutral eyeshadow palettes. I'll make sure to put her video in the description because I love her videos. I forgot her name and I feel so bad, but I'll find it. But I'm gonna do a look with two different palettes. I have this custom MAC palette that I have. So I have two MAC blushes in here. I have a Benefit and then a NARS blush. And then most of these are MAC shadows. I deep panned all of them. So these are all like from their official line, and then these are like extra shades. I don't know if that makes sense, but because they re-released the eyeshadows, so they came with like these 6-pan palettes. I took the shades in those palettes that are like new shades, I put them in here, and then the shades that are part of their permanent line I put over here. Hopefully that makes sense. And then I have some like Half Magic shadows. I have some Natasha Denona. This is an extra White Frost from MAC. This is the one I'm currently using. I have two of them because it's one of my favorite shadows. So I'm excited to play with this. I haven't really played with these shadows a lot, so I really want to play with these more. But then I'm going to mix it in with some of these shadows from the Candy Shop palette from Juvia's Place. I impulse bought this years ago when I first started working for Ulta. Yes, it's messy. But I really like the story of these colors. There's a lot of fun, bright colors. I think they will mix well with whatever kind of neutrals that I have in my MAC palette. So I have like two fans going on, so I'm like trying to put this film back on my palette and it's like blowing in the breeze. My room kind of looks different too, I guess. I just reorganized everything, so I have my scarves on my closet, and then behind my door I have my purse collection. Yes, I have Gary from SpongeBob. I think last year, or the year before, I think the year before, like 2 years ago, I was SpongeBob for Halloween. I love him so much. He's, like, you know how people love, like, Hello Kitty, and how they, like, buy everything Hello Kitty? That's like me with SpongeBob. I think that's like the easiest way I can explain it. Like, do you guys ever have something that you love or hyper fixate over, and like every time you see a character from a show or something you just want to cry? That's how I feel with SpongeBob. I'm grabbing my concealer right now because I'm about to do my eyebrows. This concealer always leaks. That's the only thing I'll say about it. The Juvia's Place. I still love it though. So recently for my eyebrow prep, because I usually sketch them out before I go in with my powders, recently I've been using this brow power from IT Cosmetics. The shade is Universal Blonde. I like this pencil. At first it's really stiff, but it's very long wear. which is why I like it. But the formula is very stiff. You kind of have to warm it up to work it in. But now I'm gonna try, because I like this color more. This is from e.l.f. This is like a million years old. I don't remember how I even got it. I think someone gave it to me. I lost the cap for the spoolie, so I don't use the spoolie, but this is the shade. It's the Instant Brow Lift pencil in blonde. So I'm gonna use that instead. So yeah, also I did my nails recently. Hold on, I'm gonna grab a spoolie. Actually, I don't think I need one for my brows. So I redid my nails recently. A lot of the polishes I use are from ILNP, which is I Love Nail Polish. They're indie brand. But I have a couple of other shades that aren't from the brand, like these ones. I know it looks weird, but the rest of them are from that brand. Yeah, I've been using regular nail polish. I used to use gel. If you check my blog under my profile, I have a whole blog post about it. So, I don't know. You don't have to read it, obviously. I just love cosmetics, and I just nerd out over cosmetics all the time, which we all know. Anyway, I'm just picking out some brushes for my eyebrows, because I always use a pencil to draw my shape, and then I use a concealer to shape them. I used to not do this. I used to just draw them on straight with the pencil, but honestly, like, the concealer really helps to just add more of a structure to the brow, especially if you're like me and you love to do like a really thin brow. I found that thin eyebrows looks the best on my face. So yeah, so I guess in these get ready with me videos, I kind of just want to, I guess they're kind of like video diaries, but also just standard get ready with me videos. But today I'm gonna talk, I don't know, I'm gonna talk about whatever. I know this looks crazy, don't worry, trust the process. But yeah, I've been listening to Outkast again. I rediscovered them, and so good. I love Speaker Box and Love Below. Honestly, like I always say, if I was on a desert island and if I had to pick an album to listen to like for the rest of my life, I always say that album, but it's true. Look how crazy I look. I know it's crazy, but again, trust the process, right? But my favorite song right now is Pink and Blue. I rediscovered that song, and honestly, it's like one of the greatest songs in the entire world. I feel like it's just so, it just elevates you into this consciousness that's just so powerful. I don't know. I love it. It's such a magical song, and it just transports you into this world that's so beautiful. I know that's like a really extravagant way to describe a song, but honestly, that's my brain. I did my I've been doing this new technique with my hair, and I have thin hair, so if you relate, this might be helpful for you. Yeah, I have really thin hair, so I've been doing this new overnight technique, because usually I don't do like overnight hair treatments, especially if I've washed my hair. I don't know, I'm very picky about my hair, which I guess go figure, because I bleach it a lot. I have thin hair, like there's I guess a lot of things to be picky about. But I've started doing, honestly, and it's a tale as old as time, but vintage techniques are superior, whether it's makeup, hair, skincare, whatever. I find myself doing a lot of vintage techniques, you know. So for my hair, you know, I've been using the Lotta Body setting lotion, and you know, I mix it with, it's like 1 part's the lotion, 4 parts water or something like that, right? I don't 1/4 Lotta Body, 3/4 water. I don't know, something like that. That might not even be the exact measurements I use, but yeah, I've been using it. Honestly, it's the best thing for my hair that's ever held a curl, honestly. Like, it works better than setting spray because it makes my hair so shiny. Like, I haven't put anything in my hair since I've washed it like 2 days ago. It's a little frizzy on this side, but it looks really good. The only thing I do is okay, this is another beauty secret. I'm telling all my beauty secrets, I don't care. I try not to gatekeep. But I feel like the more I grow, the older I get, the more I do kind of want to gatekeep. But also, like, I just want people to be happy. So I'm like, if it's a beauty hack, I think it's okay to share. I don't know. I always appreciate when people share beauty hacks too, because I love nerding out over stuff like that as well. But oh yeah, so if you're on a budget and if you have really oily hair like me, so what's it called? I guess talc based or cornstarch. There we go. Cornstarch body powder works really good in the hair. Really good. It's a really awesome, affordable dry shampoo option. So if you're like me, baddie on a budget, which I feel like is a lot of us these days, right? The economy's in the shithole right now. Or it is a shithole right now. Anyway, I don't get too political, but it's hard not to be, especially with how the world is right now. Anyway, but yeah, cornstarch based body powder is an excellent option for dry shampoo. So I say that because, like, I was talking about how setting lotion, how that's the only thing I have in my hair. That's not fully true, because the only other thing I have is a little bit of cornstarch based body powder. I'm using a lavender scent. I used to use a rose one. Lavender is always good too. Like, lavender and rose for me are such, like, non-offensive scents. I can't really get upset at that, you know what I mean? So I always try to make my eyebrows look, I don't know, sometimes I feel like every time I do my brows they look different. But to be fair, I am using a different pencil, so go figure, right? Anyway. But yeah, so overnight, right? Like, because I used to do the Lotta Body setting lotion with rollers, like Velcro rollers. But I felt like after a while, like, when I would have them on my head, because I can't really sleep with them overnight because they're so big. I use bigger size rollers anyway. So I started using, or I started doing this new technique where I use, or I twirl my hair between my fingers. I roll it and I roll it to the center of my hair, if that makes sense. I don't know. And then I put some bobby pins in them and I cross them on the part where I curl it. Again, I don't know if any of this makes sense. Hopefully it does. And then I just let it set overnight while my hair's damp. And honestly, it's been the best technique for my hair so far on wash day. So I've been really enjoying that technique. I feel like it's been the most effective. And this is the next day. And this is, like, ideal as far as curl and how I want my hair to look with a curl, because I like old school. I like to have an old school look to my hair a little bit, but I like how it wears too, because the more you, like, wear it through, it gets looser. And I like to have, I don't know how to explain it, but I love for my hair to look, like, messy but done, if that makes sense. Like, I think the easiest way to explain it is Anna Nicole Smith, when she would do, like, her messy updos. That's how I want my hair to look like all the time, because I don't know, there's something very, like, 70s about it. And I feel like if I had to put a label to my style, it would be between, like, 2000, like, early 2010s and the 70s. Those are honestly my biggest inspirations, so that's kind of how I find myself looking a lot of the time. So anyway, alrighty, so moving right along, there are also a couple products I forgot to mention that I'm going to use for my look today. So I have this Fenty Beauty. It's a kilowatt foil. I thought it was a, yeah, it says like a freestyle highlighting duo. These shades are very pigmented, so I might use them for my makeup look as well, like for my eyes. Maybe on the face. I kind of just want to swatch them before I put them on my face. And then I actually use this palette a lot, but there's a way that I want to use it today. I kind of want to mix all the shades together. A little daring, but I just want to try it. I feel like I'm always experimenting when it comes to my makeup. So, but then I don't remember if I've showed these yet. I don't think so, because I think I just started talking about the eyeshadow and the lip stuff. But I'm wanting to also use this Complex Culture eye pencil. So it has a metallic chocolate brown and it's got like a matte black. Planning on using these two on my upper eyelid. And then I have this Half Magic glitter liner in Pretty Puddle, I think is what it's called. Yep. I'm gonna use this. I like to use glitter liners like in my crease. I don't really know how to explain it, but I'll show you guys what I mean. So I'm gonna try to get all of these things into one look today. I remember I bought this highlighter duo. Oh, it's so pretty. There's so much dimension. I really want to use the orange because it's got like orange and yellow. It might be because it like expired. I don't know. I really want to use these, but I bought this years ago at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, and when I saw it, I freaked out because I feel like back in the day, I think in the late 2010s, if I'm not mistaken, this was really blowing up. At some point, I don't know, I feel like this product was viral at some point. If you remember that, please let me know in the comments. I feel like I sound a little crazy right now, but yeah, I really want to do it on the eyes, but especially this orange is fabulous. But we're gonna jump right in. Oh my god, I totally forgot to mention, I forgot that I have this case, this matte case for a duo shadow case. Sorry guys. So I have 2 single shadows in here that are not in the palette. I am not going to use these because I want to use these other colors. I feel like I use these a lot, but the shades are, I kind of just want to dump them out. I forgot how I got these in the palette. Here we go. So I have Cozy Gray, and then I think this other shade is Omega. The other one wants to come out. This guy doesn't want to come out. Let's see if I can. I feel like, because it was so easy to put these in the palette, but hold on. Okay, we got by with a little help from our friend. Yes, that was a Beatles reference. This is my spatula that I use for everything. The other shade is, yes, it is Omega. I wrote it on the bottom. But these are both amazing shades for contour, for pale skin, so that's why I have both of these shadows. So yeah, let's finally do the eyes. So first I'm gonna go in with my L'Oreal Morphe A20 brush, and I think this is the shade Haux, H-A-U-X, Haux, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm gonna use that as my transition shade. So again, we're going in with our trusty lash separator, or I don't know what to call this guy. I call it, or shadow shield, there we go. I think that's the proper terminology for this tool. Yeah, I love this shade because it's just like a rosier kind of brown. Just putting it in the crease. I'll go in on the other side. Honestly, I always forget with the matte shades, they don't tend to fall on my lashes as much, especially if I'm doing work in the crease like this, so I'm just gonna hold my lashes down with a spoolie instead. And then, yeah. Honestly, MAC shadows are some of the best formula you'll ever get. As far as any finish of shadow too, like they have mastered every finish of eyeshadow. But I don't know. I don't know if they've like reformulated the shadows. I don't really think they did. I think they may have just changed the packaging of them. But that's kind of what I've noticed as far as the formula. But I'm gonna blend this shadow out with this Effortless Crease brush from IT Cosmetics. I don't remember where I got this brush from, actually. I remember I was gifted some IT Cosmetics brushes in my life, but I don't remember which ones I've bought myself and which ones were gifted. We might never know. So next I'm gonna go in with, because I kind of just want to put something on the lid. This shade, this kind of golden shade is calling my name. Let me carefully grab it out of my palette. So it's Retro Spec. I wrote it on the back. My handwriting is notoriously known to not be the most legible, so I'm gonna show you guys that fully. I think I'm just gonna go in with a flat brush. I kind of want like a flat, fluffy brush. Yeah, I'm like, I like this guy. You know the drill, the neon, the infamous neon Amazon brushes that I don't remember where they've come or where they're from. I'm just gonna go in the the inner corner on the lid with this shade. Honestly, I feel like a lot of my makeup looks is just, because I used to take direct inspiration from like film or what have you. Now I find myself taking inspiration from what I have in my collection, and just kind of freeballing it. But I do want to start doing looks again inspired by, you know, like movies, like color palettes in movies or album covers. I used to do that a lot, but I want to do that again. I feel like it was really fun. Yeah, I just want it to be subtle, because for now I'm just kind of mapping out the shape that I'm wanting for this eye look. But I think I'm just gonna go into some color. I really want it, sorry, my e.l.f. blush palette fell off my vanity. You know what, I'm just gonna go in with this. I just want to use this orange. It's really calling my name. So I'm gonna go in with this. So this is an Amazon brush. It's called a no shadow brush. Honestly, it's perfect for this part of my lid. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this Fenty. So this shade is called Mimosa Sunrise. Oh, what a cute name. Honestly, appropriate. And I'm just gonna go right into my crease. Oh my god. Yes. Exactly. Sorry, I just have to make some goofy faces because this is fabulous. It's so shimmery. I don't know how well it's picking up on camera, but it does have a beautiful sheen to it. I like that. I don't want this look to be super warm tone though, but honestly there's not a lot of fallout with this shade. So I mean, Fenty is known for having really consistent buttery powder formulas with their face products, so I'm not surprised. I feel like I don't really personally experience a lot of fallout from their powder formulas. I feel like they've really just perfected powder blushes and highlighters. Oh, looks cute. Okay, so now, ladies and germs. That sounded weird. I was gonna say like ladies and gentlemen, but it came out as ladies and germs, so ladies, germs, everything in between and beyond, so we don't discriminate. Let's see, let me pack on a little more of Hoax. One thing I will say with MAC that I've always struggled with their powder formulas is, I forgot the technical term for it, but if your brush is like a little moist in any way, it creates like a film over the shadow, if that makes sense. Like, and then it becomes hard to pick up. I don't know what it's called. It's like dry panning, I think is the technical term. I don't know. A lot of noise going on outside, but I want to go in with some color, but honestly, I think I'm just gonna use like one of the shades, or maybe two from this palette, because actually I was thinking about it, I might do some work under my eyes too. I haven't done that in a while, so I'm a little nervous, but I think it'll be fun. Okay, so I kind of want some definition. I'm really liking this blue. this metallic blue turquoise color. I think that'll be cute, so I'm gonna go in with a more precise brush. That one's too precise. There we go, there she is. This has been my new favorite brush, the mixed precise brush. This is fabulous. So I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that teal kind of color, that teal blue, and I think I'm just gonna work it in the crease, honestly. Yes. And actually, I'm glad I did that because it's gonna pair really well with this glitter liner because I'm gonna put it into that, if that makes sense. Okay, I like this, guys. Oh my god, and that finish is beautiful. Ugh. Leave it to Juvia's Place for having wonderful shadows, right? Okay, but yeah, we'll do the other side. There's not a lot of fallout, so I'm just gonna, again, use my spoolie. Working it in the crease. I'm happy that I've gotten to a point with my makeup regimen where I know what complements my eye shape the most. It wasn't always that way. I feel like I always just freeball, but I think it's nice when you have a good idea of what your shape is and like what complements your face the most. I think that's the most fun thing about makeup or self-expression. For me personally, I'm sure a lot of you guys will relate to that. So yeah, that's nice. I want to use more though. I kind of just want to go over that shade with something else. I'm gonna look back at my MAC palette. What do we want to use? Actually, this olive green is like satin-ish olive green. It's called Olive Twist. I think I'm gonna go in with that shade too. It's really calling my name. Again, I want to use a more precise brush, so I'm going to go in with this tapered kind of crease brush. I'm going to pick up a little bit of that shade. We're going to go in right here. A lot of shimmer. A lot of satin finishes going on in this look. I'm not upset at that. If you know me, you know, or if you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I love satin finish eyeshadows, so this isn't really a new thing for me. Oh, that looks pretty. Don't you ever just love when something comes together? It's just so fun to play, especially with makeup. Or if you have an interest that isn't makeup and you're watching this video, first of all, thank you for being here. You're not unseen here. But I don't know, it's fun when you have an interest, and it's so fun to experiment with things. I don't know, guys, like, I think I'm just talking out of my ass, but I don't know, a lot of things make me happy in life, so why not talk about it? Yeah, I like how that looks. It gave it this almost kind of cool tone depth. That's really interesting, but I think I'm wanting more color. I really want to use this the shadow. What is this one called? Oh, I Like to Watch. Okay. So it's this kind of duochrome shade. I don't know. I don't want to use... I feel like I've already used a lot of, like, warm shades. You know, there is this beautiful... I love this color. This lilac. It's pale lilac with this frosty finish. It's called Humble Brag. Hashtag Humble Brag. What a fun name for eyeshadow. So I think I would go in with that in my inner crease. So I'm going to use a more precise brush. But I love this shade because it's like a powdery lilac. Yes, perfect. Again, just creating a little more dimension to the look. So we're gonna go in on the other side, same thing. I've been watching a lot of, like, my favorite pastime is watching, like, 2010s makeup tutorials, and I've been watching a lot of, like, tutorials that are really complex, so I'm trying to find more creative ways to apply shadows. Like, there's this other YouTuber, I'll put her in the comment section. I've been watching a lot of her earlier videos, but this technique that she does is really smart, and I can't believe I haven't done it sooner. She'll take a shader brush like this, and she'll use the side of it for precision, so I also kind of want to do that. So I'm going to go back into my Juvia's Place palette, and I kind of want to use the pink that's in here. Honestly, I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and do it. So I'm going to go into this hot pink shade. I'm going to go in with the side of the brush. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's fun. I'm going to pack on a little more. But that is a really smart technique to use the side of the brush. Yeah, because it does have this beautiful precision. Yeah, oh my god. And I like how it blends into that pink as well. This is a really smart technique. I'm just surprised I haven't done it sooner. I'm sure I've done something similar to it at some point, but I just think it's a little silly that I'm like now thinking of it. I just love watching other videos from other makeup artists because I just love other makeup artists because it's cool to see like how people apply product and how they, I don't know, every artist is different, right? Art is so subjective. I'm a painter as well. I'm also an artist, besides a makeup artist. So, I don't know, just in general, regardless of how you express yourself through art, my favorite thing is learning from other people. It's just so fun, and it's just so fulfilling. I feel like if you're constantly just listening to yourself and not taking criticism or being open about other things, it's just like, what's the point, you know? Art is so much more fun because of other people, you know? Of course, your vision is so important, but it's just so fun to hear what other people have to say, you know? Hear other people's insight. I don't know, I'm really passionate about these kind of things because I am a people person. So, I don't know. Preaching to nothing. I'm kidding. Talking to the void as I do. It's how I feel when I make these videos, but honestly, it makes me happy. Hopefully it makes you happy too. Yeah, this is a really interesting look. It almost looks, I don't know, I haven't done a makeup look like this before, honestly. Like, this is a lot of interesting colors and shapes going on. It's very interesting, but I'm not mad at it. It's cool. But I think I'm gonna use something in between these two shades, but I want to use something more neutral, I guess. I don't know, do I really want to use something really neutral? I'm like looking at what I have. Honestly, I could just go in with that I like to watch shade. I'm gonna do it. Nothing is stopping me from doing that. I'm just cleaning my shadow. I already, again, like, I'm having a total brain fart moment because I don't remember what this guy is called. Shadow Chamois. Oh my god, Alexis Vogel, right? Ugh. If you know, you know. Queen, I love her. Anyway, I'm just gonna go straight in with this guy and just put it on the center. No, it's called her setting spray. There are some shadows that you use that sometimes you just need setting spray. I'm gonna pick up, it's about 3 swipes of this shadow. Shadow Shield. I have been diagnosed with ADHD, so you can tell from watching this video. I don't know, I lose my train of thought a lot, right? But yeah, so 3 swipes. We're gonna do 2 light spritz of my, this is the Urban Decay All-Nighter, the Vitamin C Cactus Flower Water. I think I got this before they reformulated. So next time I get a setting spray, I think I'm gonna do Milani. I don't know. I honestly only use setting spray as a mixing medium. Because of how I do my makeup, I don't find myself needing setting spray. Unless if it's a day where I know I'm gonna be sweating, then I'll use it. But now we're gonna go in with this guy, and I'll just show you how much of a difference it's gonna make. Whoa. Dang, girl. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Fabulous, darling, fabulous. Just marrying those shades together. Going in with my blending brush, blending it together. Very interesting. I say that because I don't remember last time we've done a makeup look like this. Do I really want to use a liner pencil? Yeah, why not? You can never do too much, I feel like. I mean, with makeup you can, but why not? Just try. You only live once, so why not have fun and cause mayhem and shenanigans? It's my favorite thing to say. It's true. Same thing. I try to do light spritz. It's good to not keep the spray too close to the brush because it's going to be too saturated with product and then you're going to get a really uneven application. My mouth is itchy. It's so random, but shit happens. I'll clean this brush again. Or the shadow shield. I don't know why the word shield is like out of my vocabulary today. Anyway, back in with this. Should I do like an ASMR makeup application video? Would you guys watch that? I think I might do it because I am obsessed with ASMR. I believe, yeah, I did post a couple of ASMR videos too. I just love it. I've watched ASMR since I was a kid, and it was just like one of those things where I was like, oh, this is so weird. I feel like not a lot of people talk about it. Like back in the day it was like that, and now I feel like people might be a little more open about watching ASMR. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it definitely makes me happy. It's definitely one of those things that keeps me sane, I guess, or just it's a great way to unwind after a long day. Just like, oh, let's fall asleep to some cozy spa roleplay ASMR videos. Or my favorite are, again, there's this other creator. I love that I'm forgetting everyone's name. It's not fun. And she does like these vintage, like she'll be like an Avon representative and she'll do like a vintage cosmetic roleplay video as an Avon representative. But my favorite one she's done is from the 80s. That one is so, or it's like 80s inspired. It's so cute. She's really talented. Really talented. I went in with more of that orange just to add a little more pop of color. I don't think I'm going to add anything else to my upper lid as far as shadow. We already got a lot going on. Not a bad thing. But I think I'm going to go in with my eyeliners now. So I'm going to go in with this beautiful... But I don't know if I want to use it. I feel like I already have a lot of satin going on. That was a funny face I made. So you know what? I think I'm just going to put this pencil away. And I think I'm actually going to use eyeshadow as eyeliner, which I haven't done in a while. But for you guys, I guess I'll do it. But there's this one color that I have in here that I'm going to grab. And it's really calling my name because I just love this shade. So it's called Overnight Influencer. And it's like a really deep green, like forest green, but it makes a really pretty eyeliner. So I'm gonna go in with, I think I'm gonna use two brushes actually. I've retired this IT Cosmetics Flawless Liner and Brow Brush. I used to use it for my brows, but now I don't anymore because I replaced it with this new angle brush. I do also have an eyeliner brush in this set too, I believe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to use this applicator though, because my MAC one, like, is my tried and true, and that's the one I'm trying to find. Because I'm like, this would be great for under the eyes, so I'll keep a hold of that, or I'll keep on the side as a mental note. This guy, the MAC 210, phenomenal. But I'm gonna go in with that shade on my upper lid as liner. Just a little. It's a very colorful look. I haven't played with color a lot recently, so I really wanted to do that today. I was just really inspired to do it. But yeah, I'm just going in with that color, Overnight Influencer. I'm mainly focusing it on the outer part. We're not gonna do a wing because I just really want the eyeshadow to stand out. But I like doing liner like this because I feel like it complements my lashes well, and it also complements my eye shape fabulously. Yes, okay, period. Just can't help but to smile, you know? Yeah, it looks good. I think I'm also gonna use, I love using these lip applicators, these disposable lip applicators, the outer part of my eye for cleanup. I'm gonna go in like that, just to briefly get off what I need to get off. What the heck? There's something on my eye. Okay, back with this MAC brush. I'm kind of interchanging between the MAC and the It Cosmetics brush, but honestly, I think the It Cosmetics brush is working more in my favor. It looks so cute. But yeah, I love this color because it's like black but not, you know? Like it looks black, but I don't know, it's just so, it's got a uniqueness to it, you know? Like you don't see colors like this a lot, so when you look closely at it, you're like, it's kind of like off black, right? It's so cool. Again, doing some cleanup. I think I might go in with some micellar water, but I don't know, like I'm gonna put on concealer anyway, so it will help clean up what I got going on too. Yeah, this is fierce. Ooh. I really want to go in with Pretty Puddle. I'm just kind of shaking it a bit because sometimes these liners can separate. I think I might use a different applicator because this one, you know, it kind of like absorbs a lot of the product over time, so it gets pretty, the applicator gets pretty thick, so I think I'm gonna go in, you know what, we'll try this brush with this, the eyeliner from this brand, eyeliner brush. So I'm gonna put the glitter on the back of my hand. I'm just depositing some of the product on the back of my hand. I'm gonna go in with this brush, pick it up on both sides, kind of mix it into the brush, and then I'm gonna carefully look straight ahead and apply it like so. But I don't know if you could tell, but I'm kind of bringing it into that blue that I applied earlier. Little bit at a time. Yeah, cute. I don't know, this look is very different. I don't really remember last time I've done a makeup look like this, but again, I don't think we're upset at it. It's fun. There's no crime against having fun with makeup. And if there is, that would be a really sad life, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a life I would want to live. And I feel like I've just been doing a lot of, like, more neutral looks recently. So I feel like whenever I remember that I have color in my collection, I always go all out, I guess. Yeah, I like this technique with just applying it with the liner brush, but I'm noticing it's really subtle, but some of the shadow that I have in my crease is still there, so I'm just going in with this brush and kind of sweeping it off. I really like how that looks, especially when I look straight like that. We're doing good. We're doing good. There it is. Oh, that looks so fun. I'm gonna let you in on some personal insight though. I'm using the other end of this brush to clean up the glitter a bit. But it's rare when I put glitter on my lid because my eyelids do crease a lot. So I feel like whenever there was one time I did a glitter look with glitter all over my eyes and it creased so bad. So I rarely do glitter on my lid because my eyelids crease a lot. I do want to try to do a look like that again just for the sake of it, but it's just it feels so uncomfortable after a while. Another thing I was going to talk about is If you guys are also a fan of Arca like I am, oh my god. So she has her new album coming out, I think this Friday, and I'm so excited. It's called XXXXX. I've been waiting for this album too, so I'm really excited. I've been a fan of hers, god, how long? Since like 2018, I think. Like, I've been a fan of hers almost as long as I've been a fan of Bjork. And Bjork is like, if you know me, like, she's my whole world. She's my blueprint. She is everything to me. And I remember I discovered Arca around the same time because of Bjork's album Utopia, which Arca did a lot of the production on, as well as Volnakura, which is my favorite Bjork album. I remember when I discovered Arca, I discovered her album Zen, and my life changed forever. Yeah. I love this liner. This is so fun. This is almost feels like a festival look, but I feel like my makeup is always just so colorful anyway, but yeah. I'm also going in with my powder foundation, and because I forgot to blend, because I'm like, why is this so crazy? But I like to use powder shadow just to blend everything together and just shape the look a little more. I don't know if I actually want to do shadow under my eyes, because I feel like I already have so much going on up here. I don't want to distract it too much, but also like it might marry the look better if I sorry, I'm gay. It might marry the look better if I, you know, just did something underneath as well. I think we're gonna feel it out, because if I do anything, it's gonna be a little bit anyway. So my mom, my brother got home from hanging out. My mom gave me boba. This is so sweet. It's good too. Really good. I haven't had boba a hot minute, so I'm very thankful for that. I already went in with my concealer under my eyes, but we're gonna apply foundation to the rest of my face. Dang it, I grabbed the wrong brush, because I've actually been really liking, where is it? I have to scope through my makeup. This It Cosmetics brush. We'll use whatever is left on this one now. You know what I mean? I like this brush too, but for the looks I've been doing recently, or for the amount of coverage I've been wanting, this one is a denser brush, so it works better. This one's a little too thin for my liking. Anyway, I finally have been consistent with my yoga routine again. Yay! Or trying to be. But I woke up with some crazy back pain. I did this yoga with Adrian routine, and of course, like, no surprise, I feel so much better. So happy about it. I've just been doing a lot of her routines recently, and they've been huge lifesavers, so shout out to Yoga with Adrian for being iconic as hell. I remember my best friend Ella and I were talking about how, I don't know, like, if Yoga with Adrian had a cult, unfortunately I would be in it. Like, I feel like technically I wouldn't say she's a cult though. Like, I don't think she views herself as better or superior than other people. I feel like she's just living life, you know what I mean? Like, she seems like a really nice person, you know? I don't know, sometimes cults can be like that. I don't know. Who's to say that I have a say? Sorry, I was smelling my beauty blender because I washed it recently, and it smells like the cleanser that I use. Because I do wash my makeup brushes and my sponges with cleanser. I find it really works well for an effective wash. I saw that MAC was releasing this new line. I think it's like an anniversary collection. That's so boring. Like, for the anniversary collection, they could have re-released like a collection that they've done before or something fun. Like, I already saw Too Faced bringing back their peach collection. It also looks boring. I'm just like, come on, are you guys even paying attention to what the consumer wants? Like, I feel like the beauty industry used to listen to what the consumer wanted, and now it's like sometimes they do, but the brands we really want to do fun stuff, like, they just don't do it. Like, MAC is like, I don't know, their marketing is genius sometimes, but I don't know, I'm not on social media anymore, so I don't care enough to pay attention. I mean, like, I know Luscious Masker did a video recently, and I love her forever. Like, I love her to the moon and back. She's one of my most favorite people in the entire world. And yeah, but she did a video with MAC, and it seems so, like, gimmicky. Like, they absolutely paid her to do it, which, go get the bag. Like, I'm not judging, but it's just, like, I don't know. I mean, with that being said, like, that's kind of smart marketing, because it's like, oh, like, we're bringing the girls to the front. We're giving the people what they want in that regard. Like, I feel like they're doing, with their marketing, they're kind of giving the people what they want, I guess. Like, you know, white gay people love chaperone. I'm not gonna talk too much on that, because I personally am not a fan of chaperone, but I don't want to get into that because I don't want to offend anybody, right? But yeah, white gay people love chaperone, and, you know, they keep doing these collaborations with, like, these influencers and these models and stuff, and it's fine. Like, I love the JT collab, that was cute, but I don't know, MAC is not really, they need to focus less on their marketing and focus more on their product. I just wish all brands would do that, but unfortunately we live in a world that's so social media driven, so, you know, I guess technically we can't give the people what they want or whatever. They're wasting their time doing all this marketing, and they could seriously just, like, you know, bring back cool tones. Like, I don't care how freaking expensive blue pigment is. If you guys are wasting so much money on your marketing, the least you can do is bring back actual cool tone shades. Damn, I'm talking so much shit about MAC, but honestly, like, no shade, right? Like, MAC, I was able to build a makeup career through them, so I'm not gonna shade them too much, even though I already did. But I'm just being honest, you know? I don't work for them anymore, so it's like, whatever, you know? But yeah, that's my tea, I guess, or whatever. Oh, gee, you know? God, I love this Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation more. I love it more than I expected to. But I'm really happy with how it looks on my skin. I thought I was gonna burp, that looked really funny. Anyway, so I'm trying to put this brush back in my thing. I'm using my buttercream Juvia's Place cream bronzer that I always use, and then for blush, for liquid blush, I'm gonna use this Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand blush in Pinkgasm from Charlotte Tilbury. I got that for free when I worked at Ulta, having to disclose that. But I will say, like, if I ever got to the point where I was accepting PR, like, honestly, that would be a dream come true. I'm not gonna lie. That would be so fun. But also, I don't know, I'm not picky. Like, even if it was a brand that I wasn't too big a fan of, I'm like, I don't know. I think my thing would be that I would just be honest about what I'm using, because that's always what I want to do. I never want to, like, sell out or anything of the sort. Because it's not worth it. Like, no matter what you have, like, if you're selling out, what the heck are we doing? You know what I mean? Yeah, I started using these two brushes. This blush one and this multifunctional one. I don't know if I talked about it before. Probably not. So I tried to film a video, and then it just didn't turn out like how I wanted, so I just deleted it. But I did get a bunch of new makeup brushes, so that's kind of why I keep showing you, like, oh, look at this brush I got, right? So they were from Amazon. They're pretty good. Some are better than others, of course. To be expected, I guess. Okay. Bronzer is on. We're gonna move on to blush. I actually really love this shade from Charlotte Tilbury. Fine, I'll go in with the applicator on my face. I'm like, I don't always like to do that, but since it's mine and I don't use it on anyone else, I usually will just put it on myself. A couple dabs will do, yeah. Buff it in. Yeah, I love this color, and I think it's appropriate for the powder blushes that I'm planning on using, so. Pretty, 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 pretty. Oh, I love how that looks. I was also gonna paint today because I have a painting I'm working on. I can kind of show you guys that, right? Let's see if I can move the camera. You guys are gonna be able to see my room. Look, it's my room. Look, there's my altar, and then there's my painting. Oh my god, yeah, I'm working on it. That's the more exciting part of my room. I'm at my vanity, so it's a little less exciting over here, because the reason why this wall is blank is because I have a projector. So when I want to watch TV in my room or something, I'll connect the projector to my laptop and just watch it on my wall. It's fun to watch movies and stuff in my room at night. So I usually put my projector there. If I'm feeling really lazy, I'll project it on the ceiling and lay in my bed. Usually I'll play like ASMR videos and fall asleep to them. But yeah, that's what my room looks like. I might do a room tour video too, if you guys want to see that. If you couldn't tell, honestly, a lot of my inspiration for content is really like early 2010s YouTube, honestly, because that's a lot of the content I watch, a lot of the content I'm inspired by recently. So just simpler times, I guess, right? I hate when I make that face when I'm blending out my concealer, so I feel like I have to do it off camera now. I'm just not a big fan of how my face looks when I'm doing it, because I look crazy, because I'm like, ooh, like a fish, like a dead fish, right? Okay, I'm gonna powder my face, do my eyebrows off camera, and we'll see where this video goes, right? Also, guys, I have a hack for y'all. For the divas that are like me and wear cluster lashes and wear a lot of makeup. If you get fallout on top of your lashes, like right here, like right there, and yeah, if you get fallout, if it gets dirty, put some liquid liner on it, some black liquid liner, but be careful, because I just set my face and I was putting it on my upper lashes and then I got under my lash line. I was like, so I got a Q-tip and cleaned it up, put some powder foundation over it. But next time, I think before I do my base, I'm gonna do that, so that if I get any fallout from the liquid liner, I could just clean it up. So I'm gonna do my brows off camera though. So I did my brows and my under eyes. I was listening to this album called Donuts by Jay Dilla. Really good stuff. I was listening to it, jamming out to it while I was doing my eyebrows, and so I actually did do some makeup under on my lower lash line too. So I went in on my outer corners with the metallic charcoal right here, and then this inner part I used this Juvia's Place liquid liner in Stargirl, and I really like how this looks. I'll still do a little shimmer in the inner part of my eye, but I'm really liking all of these colors together. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go in and touch up this side a little more though with the charcoal. So I touched it up a little more. But yeah, listening to that Jay Dilla album, oh my god, like it reminds me a lot of what's his face? There's an artist that I also really love. Sorry, I'm like trying to put my eyeliners away. What's his name? J. Paul, I think, but the way that oh my god, they both, or J as in J-A-I, Paul, and then J Dilla as in just the letter J, and then D-I-L-L-A. They both have a similar vibe kind of going on, in my opinion, but not really. They both sound distinctly different, but this album, Donuts, very sample heavy, which I'm not mad at. It just sounds like a electronic ambient, well, not even ambient, but I would say it's just like a experimental, sorry, I'm doing my beauty marks, an experimental sample heavy, it's like a wave of sounds and a wave of samples. It's really fascinating. I feel like there's a better way to describe it. On Apple Music, it's described as hip-hop. I wouldn't really say it's hip-hop. I mean, there's hip-hop elements to the beat, or to the beats, and the way the songs are structured, I guess. But yeah, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's a hip-hop album. I would say it's like an experimental album, which I love experimental music. But yeah, now that I have this eye look going on, I was gonna do something under my brows with one of these shadows. I was just debating what exactly I would want to do. Oh my god, all these shadows just fell on my palette. That's really funny. What do I want to do? I don't know, guys. I do have this shade here. It's kind of broken, my palette. It's called... Oh my god. So it's called It's All About Shine. I think I'm gonna use that shade under my brows, because I think it would be cohesive with the look that I have going on. And I'll do it in my inner part as well. So I'm gonna go in with this brush, and then my trusty blending brush. So this is my label wore off. Just a fluffy, small, round, fluffy brush. And then another fluffier brush. So I'll go in my inner part right here. Inner corner, I should say. Yeah, the shade is beautiful because it's kind of like a gray, but it's like a really pearly gold kind of color. I don't know how else to explain it, but the reflect in it is kind of golden. A little hard to explain. But this shadow, I was gonna say shade and then I ended up saying shadow instead. Very pigmented, very sparkly, which is never a bad thing. Yeah, what I like to do when I'm doing my inner corner highlight is I press it in here. I don't know how well you can see it, but I press in here and then I bring it up like that, just to kind of melt it into the makeup. Or so I guess it blends into the eye makeup a little better. And then I go in with the blending brush and just blend out those harsh edges. Usually there's not a lot of harsh edges, sometimes there is though. I'll go back in with that shade and I'm gonna go in under my brow. So as you guys know, I love a really annoying underbrow highlight. It's honestly one of my favorite parts of makeup is just highlighting under my brows. But I always build up the shadow a lot because, I don't know, just like an intense underbrow highlight. That color as an underbrow highlight is, I'm not surprised. It's literally perfect. OMG, it just has so much dimension, so much sparkle. It's perfect. I might post about this look on my blog. I want to post more about the looks I do on my blog. But also, like, it does take a lot of time. I made one blog post about one of the makeup looks I've done recently, and oh my god, it takes so much time just to make a blog post. But it's fun. I might do it, I might not, because I have other things I need to work on today. And I'm gonna call one of my friends today. I'm really excited about that. That looks great. I'm really happy with how that looks. But I gotta move on to the rest of the powder products on my face as well. Okay, another silly thing I'm gonna talk about while doing my makeup is, since Pink and Blue by Outkast has been stuck in my head for the past couple of days. Sorry, I'm like trying to grab my brushes. Okay, I used this as a blending brush for my powder products recently, and I'm not too big a fan of it. I might just use it as a blush brush. I'm gonna keep it on the side though. But anyway, speaking of Pink and Blue by Outkast, I love this. He's like a musician slash artist, multi-talented diva, I would call him. I think he's a diva, even though he's basically straight. Cishet man, you know what I mean? But I've met him a couple times. I'm gonna give him a shout out in this video too. His name's Blake the Man 1000. Back when I lived in Austin, I loved seeing him perform because I used to be a really big fan of Frost Children. I know I've posted some videos on here, or a video on here about Frost Children. I used to be a really big fan of them. I'm not gonna get into why I don't listen to their music anymore, but I love like the man because he's just, I don't know, I see a lot of myself in him. I relate to him a lot. He's just a very easygoing, really cool person, and his music's really good. He's like my favorite stoner. I don't know, he also reminds me a lot of my little brother. Like, I feel like they look similar to me. I mean, their personalities are a little different, but I just love like the man because he's just so chill, and like, yeah, I've met him a couple times and he's so sweet. But I remember he posted on his Instagram, and I was looking at Instagram on my laptop because I'm not really on social media anymore except for here on YouTube. But I remember he did a post where he was doing an acapella to that song, and I just had to find that video again because it's just so funny. Like, I was watching it and I was like, oh my god, like, because I remember at the time when he posted that video, when I was more active on social media, like, I remember seeing it and being like, oh, I forgot about this song, and then I listened to it and I was like, oh my god, like, this Outkast song is so good. Blake is so fucking funny, though, like, I don't know, his brain is, I don't know, I get his brain, you know, I get his brain on a certain level that other people, I'm sure, understand too, but, I don't know, people like him just crack me up. So I just had to mention that. I do also really like his music. I remember when I saw him in Austin, when he opened for Polo Perks, I believe. Polo Perks is also a really good band if you really love, like, experimental rap music. I just love any experimental music, so that's why I brought up Polo Perks. But his show was so good. It was so fun. It's so cozy. And I remember when he dropped his track City Bike. The song is so fun. Like, he's just so fun. Anyway, besides how much I love people, we're moving on to blush. I'm going to mix all these shades together. I don't know how we're going to do it. I think I'm just going to do one tap of each. So, yeah, one tap of each. I think that's a good rule of thumb. Oh my god. That is gorgeous. It created kind of like a bronzy, pinky color. That's really cute. Okay, I'm not mad at that. That's really cute. And I'm actually going to use this Real Techniques brush to blend out my blush. Yeah, same thing. I'm going to tap it a little bit because I feel like there's going to be more on this side. Oh my god, I don't know why, but every once in a blue moon, and I'm thinking about it right now, there's this movie that I love. It's like one of my favorite movies. It's like an indie film. It's called Final Flesh. Oh my god, like, I just remembered that movie existed. I don't know how, but the most random things always pop into my brain. Right? So Final Flesh is like this more independent film, but this guy, like, hired, I think 4 or 5, like, pornographic, labels, or cornographic, there we go, that's gonna be safe to say on YouTube. So he hired these cornographic labels or companies to follow the script that he wrote, but the script is like this futuristic sci-fi sort of reality like thing, and it's so fascinating. But I love that movie so much. I heard about it because I don't actually remember how I heard of it. I think, like, again, when I used to be on social media, there was this person I was following, and I follow him on Letterboxd. I think his name is Filmbug. I can tag him in this video too. But I remember he was like, oh, if you're a fan of John Waters, check out these movies. And I think that was one of the movies. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And then I watched it, and I just fell in love with it. Like, I love bad acting. Comment down below if you're the same. I don't know, like, there's a certain way that bad acting can be good. I think when things are self-aware and there's bad acting, it's like, I call it good pretentious, because there's good pretentious and bad pretentious, in my opinion. To me, good pretentious is like Greg Araki, you know, like stuff that's really self-aware and campy. But if it's like, I don't know, I think a bad example of pretentious for me, and I do like this director's movies, but Killing of a Sacred Deer, that movie pissed me off. I think it's because that twink that I hate that's in it, what's his name, the guy that was in Saltburn. Maybe I'm just biased because I don't like him. Well, I don't like the characters he plays. I'm sure he's a not an asshole in real life, but I do not like the characters that he plays in movies. Like, I don't know, he's got a really punchable face, but that's just my opinion, and I don't know, that's just my opinion, but I don't know, that movie I feel like is an example of, like, bad pretentious. I don't know. Again, it's just my opinion. If you like any of the things that I say are pretentious, don't stop liking them, please. Like, do what makes you happy, please. Like, I'm just one guy. I'm just one guy on this planet that has a little too much to say about movies and film. I don't know, I always say film is my love language. And it's like it's like, I don't know, because I love music and film a lot. I'm just really into that kind of stuff. So, where was I going with all of this? I don't know. I talk a lot. I should change my channel to, like, Anna Talks a Lot or something. But I feel like a lot of people have already had that name, like, AJ Talks a Lot? I think that's... No, there's somebody that's, like, something talks a lot. I think it's, like, an ASMR artist or something. Anyway, Final Flesh. It's a fabulous movie. If you like weird sci-fi experimental film, check it out. It's a sick movie. You can find it on IMDb. Or no. Internet Archive. Oh my god. If you're a film nerd like me, Internet Archive is your best friend. That's all I'm gonna say. Because it's true. Okay, for highlighter, I don't know what I want to do. I've had this in my drawer for a while. I don't want to use green highlighter though. Like, I love this highlighter from REM Beauty. I love this formula. But I don't want to do green because I feel like I already have a lot going on with the eyes. And I don't want to clash with it too much. So I think, you know what? I'm going to use this color in my Coastal Scents palette. There's this one shade that I just love to use as highlighter. But actually, I don't use this shade. Let's do that. Let's try something new, right? Anyway, but I don't know. I'm a huge John Waters fan. I love movies, yada yada. I don't know if you can see, but on my wall right here, underneath my clock that I have, there's this little picture of John Waters with a Christmas hat. It came with a DVD. I think it came with the Dirty Shame DVD that I bought. I love that movie. Honestly, I think that's, like, one of his most underrated films. Like, I know it's so bad, but it's kind of why I like it. Like, also, like, don't trust my opinion on movies, because I have, like, really bad taste in movies, because I like bad movies, I guess. I don't know. I just like camp. I like things that are ridiculous and campy and stupid. Like I don't know if I've said it before, but Gentlemen Broncos is my favorite movie right now by Jared Hess, and Jared Hess is becoming one of my favorite directors. This looks like nothing. This looks so similar to my skin tone. That's not a bad thing. Now I know a good highlighter for a really natural look if I ever do one, but I'm gonna go in with that white highlighter right there. Oh, I like how I look it from that angle. Sorry, that was silly. But look at, just watch. So much better. I wanted a subtle highlight, but I didn't want it to be too subtle. Anyway, comment down below what kind of movies you like. What's a movie you saw recently that you really liked? I saw Backrooms the other day. It was really good. I honestly didn't expect to like it as much as I did, but I love psychological horror. It's my favorite. It's my favorite because it always scares me the most, you know? Like, horror movies don't really scare me because I used to watch them as a kid. But I love psychological horror or thrillers or anything psychological, because I think people have such an interesting take on, everyone has such a, and by everyone I mean, like, directors, I guess, they always have a very fascinating take on what is scary, like, psychologically, because everyone has different unique fears and acute fears and stuff. But anyway, yay. So I'm gonna do the lip next. Yay. Also, like, I know it's silly. Like, of course I'm a film nerd. Look at my tattoo. This is my first and current only tattoo. I want to get more, but Hedwig of the Angry Inch. Shout out. Love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies of all time as well. Like, this movie, musical, saved my life. That's all I'm gonna say. So if you're also a fan of Hedwig, let me know in the comments. Okay, let's figure out what lip liner I'm going to use for this combo. So this is the tint, very rosy. I wish it gets like rosier. I thought it was more of like a warm, but I'm going to layer that on top. Or I'm going to blend it out with a Q-tip actually, because I'm just going to leave it and then sheer it out like this, but I'm going to put the lipstick on top. Yeah, so the lip combo is going to be like warm, very nude, very neutral. I'm carefully grabbing my lip liner collection that I have in this jar. So, okay, Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. Maybe this would be a good idea. Yeah, honestly, I think that would work, but there's one other lip liner that I had in mind. Nude from NYX. This one's been one of my favorites recently as well. Ooh. But you know what? I think with the undertone of the products that I'm using, I think Pillow Talk would be perfect. This is one of my favorite lip liners, and honestly, it's because I used to be really obsessed with Chloe Cherry, and I still love her. She's so cool. And of course, like, her and Blake the Man are friends. Like, they did a song together called I Want More Money, and it's so good. It's really fun. But I remember when they did that collab, I like freaked out. I was like, oh my god, Chloe Cherry and Blake the Man. Oh my god, like, I was freaking out. I was like, of course they're friends. Like, it just, like, small world, you know what I mean? Like, isn't it so fun when, like, your two favorite people are friends and, like, you don't realize it until later on, I guess. I'm trying to find my lip brush because I have my old Morphe one that my old hairstylist Dylan gave me. Shout out. But I have this other brush I've been using. Yes, there it is. This smaller lip brush. We're gonna use that. So let's go in with the liner. My lip gloss almost fell. That's why I made that face. Okay. I'm trying to make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. I do need to sharpen it. It's like a nubbin. Figures I am gonna sharpen it, but I gotta blend my lip liner. How does the song go? I Want More Money. I'm Chloe Cherry, I'm a picture of success. I got a phone and it gets a lot of texts. So many fucking haters, do they even have a job? Don't they know that I'm a god? That's how it goes. It's like a silly rap kind of song, but I love it. I don't know, I feel like if I was born a man, if I was straight, which probably wouldn't happen if I was born a man, I always say that I'm a gay man trapped in a lesbian's body, which is true. But yeah, if I was born a man, I feel like I would be like Blake the Man. It's probably why I admire him so much. I think it's because, like, I don't know, anytime I was, like, growing up, like, when I was comp het for a guy, like, my biggest male guy crush when I was a kid was, like, Justin Bieber. He looks like a lesbian. I'm like, no wonder. But honestly, like, I love Justin Bieber. I don't know, he's just a baby. But also, like, he's so, I don't know, I guess he's unk now, but he's living. She's doing the damn thing, you know what I mean? Anyway. This color looks so similar to my natural lip color, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I really want to buy, like, a lip primer that's tinted. I've seen a couple of Korean brands that have done, like, tinted lip primers, so it creates, like, a blank canvas, but honestly, I feel like concealer works really well. But then there's also, like, MAC has those, they did bring back a product. It was the lip concealer. I forgot what they're called, guys. Please comment below if you remember. I don't remember what they're called, but it's Lip Erase. Never mind. Lip Erase, that's what they're called. So they re-released Lip Erase. One, like, oh, I put rubbing alcohol on this tissue. I shouldn't blot my lips with that. That would be dangerous. Yeah, they came back, or they re-released Lip Erase, which, that was smart. I'll give MAC that. That was a really smart move. They should do more stuff like that. I'm like, I hope they're taking notes, because that's what we want. That's what the people want. Is to re-release products that are iconic, right? and products that are actually good. Not that they aren't coming out with good products, it's just like, it's nice to see stuff that's somewhat innovative and exciting. But yeah, I would love to have a product like that, but I feel like my lip prep routine is good in itself. I'll tell you what it is because I don't gatekeep. Let me show you guys what I do for my lip prep. So I use like 3 different products. I know it's a little excessive, but I use, here's my routine. I exfoliate with my Buxom lip scrub. This is the dragon fruit one, and it looks and smells like dragon fruit. It's so cute. So I exfoliate my lips, and then this is kind of like an exfoliant too. I use a lip plumper just to plump them to my liking, because I want lip filler, but okay, I don't hate how my natural lips look, I just want them to be a little fuller. That's it. I just want to emphasize it. That's why I use lip plumper. So I use this as somewhat exfoliant, and then I remove it, and then I use a lip primer. So I've been using my ColourPop Lippy Sticks. If you want a good dupe for MAC Prep and Prime lip primer, this ColourPop one is really good. It's, I would say this one's a little tackier, this one's thinner. But if you want a good alternative that's really affordable, I highly recommend this. Lip primers are a great way to get your product to last long. Like I find it really rare when I need to touch up on my lips, you know what I mean? Because that's how well products wear when you have a lip primer. I really like this lip combo too. I also have this gloss. I don't know, I kind of don't want to use it. Like, this is fierce. It's very 2000s, but I'm looking at my drawer of products I should use. I'm like, maybe I should do this gloss instead. I don't know. I'm gonna swatch them. So this was the gloss I was originally gonna use. Yeah, look at it. It's really dark, and that's not a bad thing. It's really pretty. But I don't want it to clash with what's already going on my lips, right? And then I have, this is Milky Cocoa. This really cool toned cream or creme kind of gloss. I think it would pair really well with that. But then I also have Purple Rain from Essence. I don't use these glosses a lot, and I want to use them more. That's why I put them in my drawer of products to try. But I love Purple Rain because it's like a milky kind of purple. Oh, yeah, we'll do that because I don't want to interfere too much with, sorry about that, with what I already have on my lips. So let's try it out. Okay. Oh wait, I almost grabbed the wrong one. Ay. Let's try it together. Yeah, that's perfect because it changed the tone a bit, not really, but it added a frostiness to the look that I think you can never do too much. I don't know how well you can tell, but I feel like this gloss made the lip, first of all, it looks shinier, of course, because it's lip gloss, but since it has these glitter particles in it, it added more frostiness to the lip. I'm not mad at it. Yeah, I really like how this looks. Okay, friends, so we finished the makeup for today. That's how it looks. I fixed my bangs. I put on some body mist. This is from Bath & Body Works. It's been Butterfly. I love this one because it's got raspberry nectar, iris petals, and an airy vanilla scent. I like this one because I don't usually like vanilla scents. I find them to be a little generic for my liking. No shade against people that do like vanilla though. If that makes you happy, that's awesome. It's just not for me. But I like this one because it's very subtle. Anyway, hope you enjoyed today's video. Yeah. I hope you guys have a fabulous day, fabulous week, happy Monday. This is when I record the video, but talk to you soon. Bye.